Well, welcome. Thanks for joining me this morning. This is episode 14 of the Sell More Printing webinar. This webinar is aimed at helping you grow your print business using today's best marketing tactics. I'm Rachel Neese. I'm the marketing director here at Marketing Ideas for Printers. And in this episode, I want to take you back a little and kind of dig into the core of our mission with these webinars. And that's this, the two-prong approach for selling more printing. So the tips and the tactics that all of these webinars have been based on, and in fact, everything we do here at Marketing Ideas for Printers follows a two-pronged approach to help you increase your print sales. And that's kind of what I want to walk you through today, how that two-prong approach works. Think of it like this. On a two-prong power cord, you have a hot prong and you have a neutral prong. So each prong is, essential to getting power to whatever you're trying to plug in. And if you only have one prong, that circuit will be broken and you're not going to have any power, right? So the same is true if you're currently trying to get power to your print sales. If you only have one prong, you're not getting the power you need. The prongs go by different names in the printing industry, and that's kind of what I'm going to walk you through with my little analogy here. So the first prong is this, content. Trying to sell printing without content just doesn't work. It's an essential prong in your approach, and here are some reasons why that is. The first is this, content extends an invitation to your audience. People will go where they're invited. That means that just because you create a website and it has the world's best ordering capabilities, it doesn't mean that your customers and prospects are going to flock to it. They need a reason to go there. They need an invitation and they need a connection. All of those things are accomplished through content. Secondly, content helps you build credibility and trust for your business. If you think about this, your target audience can order printing from anywhere in the country, from any company when they go online to order printing. So the impression and the value that your website brings is of utmost importance. How many times have you landed on a website and been frustrated because you didn't find any of the information you were looking for? And that kind of erodes the trust in that company, right? You don't find what you look for, you just hop right off of it. Instead, you want a website that has that wealth of information. It's got tips, tricks, guides, fresh, relevant content that answers your questions and then easily conveys, hey, this company knows their stuff. And that's the same idea between using content on your print website. You want them to look at your print website and say, oh, hey, this printer really knows their stuff. They're an expert in their field. That brings me to my next reason. Content helps you stand out from the competition. Now, think of all of the printers out there that have these, simple one-page landing pages as websites. What I mean by this is, it might list their business address and their contact information and even the products they sell, but there's nothing really there that helps the audience connect with that company or even get value from that company. This is not the kind of printer or the kind of website that you want. You want regularly updated, relevant content that helps you get and stay ahead of your competition. Lastly, content gives your audience a reason to come back to your website. So here's an example. If I visited your website once and I recognize that it's a static website, it's got no added value to me, that doesn't answer my questions, and it doesn't change, why would I come back to it? But if I found content that answered my questions, it helped me connect with you as the printer, I'd have a reason to keep coming back to your website because I would have found a valuable print resource in you, in your website. So whether you've known a customer for years or they're from across the country and they just happen to stumble upon your website, remember that you are their print resource. So you need to be the resource, be the expert they're looking for by providing that consistent quality content. So that's kind of my first prong for you, the prong of content. But is content enough? Will it give you the power you need to sell more printing? No, right? Because we talked about this earlier that the circuit is not complete. You've only got one prong. If you focus only on content, your sell more printing approach is going to fall flat. Sure, you'll be a really nice and helpful guy or gal that's, created some great relationships with people online, but more than likely you'll also be broke. You'll be really struggling. That's because content here is not the end goal of this plan. Selling more printing is the goal. That's what we're trying to get them to do. To do that, we have to have the other prong to give you that maximum selling power. So let's look at that one now. The other prong, or the essential piece you need to sell more printing, is online ordering capabilities. So while content acts as the invitation to get the audience to your website, it's actually the online order form or your online ordering capabilities on your website that's going to transform that invitation into actual cash in the bank for you. Let me kind of show you what I mean here. We recently wrote a story, kind of a story example of how this would work. So I'm just going to kind of read through this story for you again so you can kind of see what I mean. So meet Anne. Like many other online consumers, Anne is a cautious online shopper. It's not that she's fearful of shopping online, it's just that she wants to feel comfortable knowing a company is credible and trustworthy before doing business with them online. So when Anne recently decided to get some new brochures printed for her insurance company, she started by entering some simple questions into Google. Questions like, are brochures still a useful marketing tool? Which are better, brochures or sales letters? What size does my brochure need to be in order to mail? Anne selected a search result for her question from the top few results that she received, and it led her to a blog from a printing company. We want that to be you as the printing company. And although she did pick up a nugget or two of information from the blog itself, she grew even more impressed as she started to look around this printer's website. She, discovered a content library filled with print, design, and marketing tips, as well as an entire page full of different white papers on sales and marketing tactics that could really help her out with her business. Wow, she thought, these guys know what they're doing. I'm going to look into ordering my brochures from them. This is where we want the content invitation to take your print buyer to this point of, wow, they know their stuff. They can answer my questions. I want to order printing from them. But then they get to the next step of online ordering. Let's look at Anne's case. Anne found a product page on the website that listed the products offered by the printer and was hopeful when her eyes caught the word brochures. She slung her mouse over to click to begin her online order and nothing. She clicked again. Nothing. Wait a second, Anne thought. You mean I can't actually order my printing through their website? Why would this printer go through all this work to invite me here to their website when I can't actually do anything when I get here? This is exactly how your potential customers might feel when they've enjoyed your extended content invitation, but then when they took you up on it and actually made it to your website, they can't order their printing from you. Now, in Anne's case here, if she ends up with her head down on her desk like this in frustration, what do you think her next steps are going to be? More than likely, Anne's not going to pick up the phone to call you. She probably won't email. She's probably going to pop over back to her search results and try the next printer on the list that she can order printing from online. So here's your two-pronged approach to selling more printing. Content is what will bring them in, but it's your e-commerce solutions, it's your offering of online ordering that's going to translate that content into more sales. Now, here is why you need both. Let's look at the first one. If you have content, but you don't have an order form, that means you're probably credible, trustworthy, knowledgeable, you're probably an industry expert, but you're also probably struggling to get sales. That's because you could be potentially missing out on all of those customers who you snagged in with your content, but then you have a massive roadblock in their way. They have no way to order their printing from you online. And if you go about this from the other direction, where you have an order form, but you don't have any content, This means that you're providing a way for your customers and prospects to order printing, but they really have no compelling reasons to want to order from you or ever return to your website. That's because they don't know you, they haven't built up any trust with you, and really they have no desire to risk, ordering online from you because they haven't established that connection or gotten that invitation from you. This is why the two-pronged approach works so well. Now, what does that actually look like in real life? What does content look like in real life, and what ordering solutions do I mean? So I'm going to kind of just walk you through and give you some examples of what that looks like. This, how it works at, this with the solutions here at Marketing Ideas for Printers. How you create what I'm talking about, how you create your two prongs is up to you, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we do here to show you what I mean by that. So the first one is content, right? At Marketing Ideas for Printers, we have the Ideas Collection, which is print, design, tech, and marketing tips. The What's New, which is relevant content links to trusted information sources around the web. Then you have sales and marketing white papers, social media, including blogs, monthly direct mail content, and a semi-monthly email newsletter. Each one of those bullet points acts as an invitation that you're extending to your audience for them to visit you online, to come to your website. On the other approach for that, you have the online ordering. Online ordering really comes down to one thing. It's kind of the almighty order form. That's your hub, your base camp, where all the magic needs to happen for online ordering. This is where you want your print buyer to end up after they've taken advantage of that content invitation that we talked about earlier. To have an effective order form, here are some tips that I think you should have. One, it should be specifically built to sell printing. Today you can get order forms with all sorts of widgets and add-ons and, doodads and fill in the blanks, but having one that is specifically built to sell printing is going to give you the most effective results. That order form should help you manage the orders as they progress through the different stages of the print production at your shop. To send online proofs, it should be quick and easy for your print buyer, and it should give a consistent experience across all channels. What I mean by that is it's less common today to have orders come in over the phone or face-to-face. So your online print buyers need to have the same experience that they would receive if they called you over the phone or if they talked to you face-to-face. That smooth process. Then it should also be customizable for your unique needs. And lastly it should act as a hub for all other online ordering solutions. All of those bullet points, that is how we build the order forms here at Marketing Ideas for Printers. That last bullet point there that says act as a hub for all other online ordering solutions, I kind of want to explain that a little bit more. So your order form is the center hub here. I'll show you. This is an example of what the online order hub at MI4P looks like. Do I have all of the spokes here? I don't. There's some other add-ons that you could add too, but just so you get the general idea here. So I've got my order form, but then I can plug into that hub of the order form by giving the print buyer the ability to order right from their website with a branded website or a private storefront, sometimes you call it, but a private label website. I could also give them the online design tools they need with something like Design Edit. That's a free online design creation tool, because if they design their print project with you, they're more likely to actually order that print project from you. So that's another way it can connect into that order form and get them to buy their printing on your website. Give them the ability to pay online and easily view their pricing with things like the e-commerce tools. So this is just kind of a general idea of how you see how when you have the second prong of the order form, you can then use that order form as the hub and connect all of these other tools and add-ons that can really help you sell more printing. Another way to look at this, if you think of all of those spokes there on that hub, think of those spokes as like the ground the ground wire in an outlet. Those are the things that will help you keep grounded in repeat business. So for best results, make sure you're grounded in repeat business. If you think about it with my analogy I've been using with my cords, most cords today aren't two-pronged, right? They're three-pronged. Because in addition to that hot and neutral plug, that third plug is the ground or the safety. And so in our analogy here, that ground is your ability to secure a safety net of repeat online business through all of those different online ordering solutions, all of which would plug into the hub of your order form. Again, the repeat business there, imagine if you get your customers set up with things like a private label website or a reorder form where they can quickly reorder their print orders from you. Well, then you have a net, you have that safety ground of continually getting repeat business through your website while you're still pursuing that content invitation with new prospects and customers coming to your website. So invite them in with content. Then you want to give them the necessary tools to order online from you. And then lastly, set yourself up to be grounded in repeat business. When you put all of those together, that's how you sell more printing. As always, if you have any questions about the solutions we offer here at Marketing Ideas for Printers, or just general marketing questions on how we can help you sell more printing, please reach out to us. You can reach us at 701-241-9204, or you can email me directly at rachel.neese@mi4p.com. Also, if you have questions or comments or future topic requests, feel free to reach out to me for that as well. Our next webinar will be Wednesday, September 11th, 2019 at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So thanks for joining us this morning, and I hope to see you back here in September.